New York is like a breathing ground.
Did you say breathing ground?
Yeah, breeding. Okay,
good.
He has his radars up. Ben, you're wrong.
You're resentful. You have resentment against me, huh?
No. What do you mean?
Don't go soft with your voice.
There's no resentment.
No.
There's no resentment. There's nothing.
Really, Olivia? What just happened?
Two Jews, both big and tall, no subject too small for the good guys. A Mother's Dream premium podcast team, make it your weekly routine. It's a Good Guys. And if you don't give us 5 stars, what are you nuts? What are you nuts? Yeah, we're the good guys, we're not the great guys. We're just so good guys. Whoa.
We're starting the podcast now, and I think we were just talking about something offline, which I think is a good subject to start on, because I would love to hear from you, Ben, what you think. What is the kind of job that you could have that would be a low stress job? You didn't have to worry about money. It's something that you would do 8 hours a day that you could perhaps, like for me, right? Like my two passions are listening to podcasts and getting high. And I just can't do one of them anymore. But like, if there was a job that would, and I'm sorry, my other passion is getting in steps.
Yes.
If there was a job that required me to get anywhere from 15 to 30,000 steps a day, I could listen to pods and smoke a blunt. I think I'd be in heaven. I think that's my retirement.
I don't need to rely on the money, correct?
Correct.
The dream job, if you don't need to worry about the money, this is your dream job as well, Josh.
Yeah.
The dream job is a real estate agent.
Wow, not where I thought this was going. Okay, say more.
Every day you're out, you're walking, you're never at a desk ever. You're meeting new people, you're showing them beautiful, gorgeous luxury apartments. You have a corporate card, you're getting a free lunch. And if you don't worry about money, you're constantly on the move, looking at nice stuff, meeting nice new people. That to me is the dream. Second would probably be, I love cooking. Like if I could cook all day long, I would cook. So like, I don't know, chefing it up somewhere, but that seems high stress. Real estate where you're not worried about the money, zero stress.
See, I was thinking like janitor, but in a clean place. For me,
it's not stress-free.
Yes, it is. First of all, you get left alone, okay? I want to be like if I was like, okay, this is perfect. If I'm a janitor at a startup and being paid in stock options, right? I'm cleaning up, granola bars and Provigil wrappers from these frickin' eggheads, these brainiacs. They're not so messy. I'm sweeping. Hey, Josh. Hey, like your black Air Force Ones. Thank you. I get a chance to wear Dickies, workwear. And
you've made a very compelling argument. The dream job is the janitor at NVIDIA that was paid in stock. Right. You're right. Because no matter what, the guy's worth at least a couple mil. At least. I read something that there isn't an employee at NVIDIA worth less than $25 million.
Was it 25?
Yeah. Either 20 or 25.
If they've worked there for X amount of years, right?
Correct. That has had their stock options already granted.
Yes. Sick.
At least 25 million. Sick. And they're all just like still working there because they have a chance to make their 25 million, 50 million. So cool. But yeah, being the janitor who yeah, that's nice. Janitor at NVIDIA. I'm down.
Janitor at NVIDIA is our end game.
Yeah, that's endgame. That's endgame. Speaking of endgame, Josh, TikTok, yes. Are you afraid? You're big on the platform. It's not like me. I'm thrilled. TikTok can go away. I never grew.
Thrilled. We got a couple brand deals in the works for this podcast that are going to be on TikTok.
Yeah, we'll pivot the money to Instagram. It'll be fine.
Well, Olivia, please write Lauren and Michael. We need this money.
I'm actually not thrilled because I actually love the TikTok algorithm and I love watching, I don't know. It's like, it does turn my brain to mush though. But back to you. Are you worried?
So I think here's what's interesting. They were given a year for an incredibly lucrative app worth, Mr. Beast says, upwards of $400 million, right? to basically sell off their American holdings, make a gang of money, and still own the international rights to TikTok everywhere else in the world. So you can make a quick 400 bill, and then you just get to run the rest of the world, but you say goodbye to your American holdings. And in 1 year, they haven't been able to do that.
Yeah.
Which to me makes me believe that it's a spying operation for the CCP.
Yeah. It's interesting that you said that, because why wouldn't somebody want to sell at the top?
Why not? You get the rest of the world.
Yeah, and what more do you want?
Right.
So they are spying on us.
Yeah. I mean, every app is spying on us to an extent.
No, but Josh, this is good. This is good.
Is it? I guess we're never going to Shanghai.
It's good. No, look, they can welcome us. I don't mind being spied on.
No, I love it.
I prefer
it.
But that's the first. I have not
lonely.
heard that take, and that makes sense, because I've been thinking to myself, I've been hearing these astronomical numbers, like 200 million or 400 million, 200 billion or 400 billion, like numbers that are, it's not conceivable, like how you could even begin to try to make that much money as a company that relies on advertisers, right? Like that's how TikTok makes money. Right. TikTok makes money, I'm sure, by selling data, but also by running ads. And to think about making $400 million is going to take you $400 billion, is going to take you an incredibly long time. And by then, you'd assume that somebody, that's like pretending that TikTok is like endgame. Like TikTok is going to be around for 100 years. It's not. Like it's just not. Like I don't think so, at least. But I already feel like Instagram's big, but like is Instagram going to be around forever? I have no idea. So that's very interesting, Josh. That's 100% proof they're spying on us.
Oh, I think with like TikTok Shop, advertising. I mean, you think about like I think like the monthly GDP of America is like a little bit over $1 trillion. And so if the country of the United States is making anywhere from 12 to $15 trillion and is probably on pace to be at double that over the next couple of years, like it's conceivable that in 10 years you make back that 400 billion and then some.
I guess it just seems like such a big number. Like in 8 years, they grew it from 0 to 400 billion. Like, I don't know.
What about more do you Tesla?
Want? What more do you want? Like, what do you want? I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I saw that Mr. Beast, do you think that's just like a campaign that he like wants to buy it and has the billionaires to buy it? Or do you think he really has the chops?
Oh, I think
have you ever met him, by the way? Have you met him?
Oh yeah. I went to the Beast Games premiere in December. We've had a couple good talks. I can't say enough good things about Jimmy, Mr. Beast, for all you peasants. He's a genuine article. He seems like a guy who's as smart as it gets. He's a prodigy when it comes to this, and he's also incredibly good. It doesn't seem like he has any skeletons in his closet, and we had chatted in 2020 because we followed each other and we had a really nice phone call. And then like I'd see him here and there, but we didn't really talk over the next couple of years. But I had a kid, a friend reach out to me and say, there's this kid, he's very, very sick with cancer and probably isn't going to make it and is absolutely obsessed with Mr. Beast. Is there any way you can connect? And, basically like I'm willing to ruin a relationship for a sick kid. Like I will ask any favor. So I just wrote him right away and I just was like, hey man, here's the situation. Any chance we could get a video for this kid? I mean, within minutes, he sent a beautiful video for the kid. It was so generous of him. So, Jimmy's an ace in my book.
Is he going to buy, can he buy TikTok?
I think he can do anything. Like, think about, he could sell his social media rights right now for what? 2 billion? 3 billion?
A lot. As long as Mr. Beast, as long as Jimmy were to stay on in some capacity,
right?
Absolutely. But the thing about Jimmy, is that, and I love that I'm now calling him Jimmy.
Welcome.
The thing about Jimmy, the thing about Jimmy is that his entire platform is reliant on him. That if you lose Mr. Beast, then you lose, I think, just the allure of his platform. He could do it for other people, but they're creator dependent.
Yes.
So yeah, he could probably sell it for $2 billion as long as Jimmy was still hawking it. But then why would Jimmy want to sell if he can keep hawking it and make, I can't even imagine how much money he makes.
And he's doing it in North Carolina, baby.
Yeah, he's killing it.
He's
killing it.
That is where you want to be, crushing it. I mean, he basically owns the state.
It's crazy.
This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by Hero Bread. Folks, new year, new us, right? Yeah, we're going to do our best. We're going to go to the gym. Okay, let's see. We're going to eat less bread. Okay, let's see in March if we do that, okay? You don't have to do that if you just eat Hero Bread. Sure, you should still go to the gym, but you don't have to give up bread. You don't have to give up bagels. You don't have to give up croissants. You don't have to give up wraps. These are things that we love. And this genius company made them healthier for us. We're talking ultra low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, high in fiber for bread, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, egg and cheese in the morning, maybe a grilled chicken Caesar wrap on their wrap, maybe a croissant with some butter. Folks, they taste amazing. The texture is identical, I'm telling you. Order Hero Bread. Order their white bread and compare it to regular white bread. You won't know the difference, except it is so much better for you. Get their 4 gram of net carb bagel, okay, and compare it to a regular bagel. The products are amazing. I fully stand behind it. I love them because it is everything that you're looking for, but you don't have to sacrifice as we're looking to lead healthier lives in the new year and all the time. And did I tell you that they were nutritious? Very, very nutritious. We're talking high in fiber, low in sugar. It's exactly what you want. And you're getting that exact same experience of fluffy bread. Too often are we ordering these healthy breads and they just don't feel the same. They just don't taste the same. These do. So why wouldn't you try them? You would. No compromises, just flavor. So folks, Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order if you go to hero.co and use code GOODGUYS at checkout. That's GOODGUYS at HERO.co.
The only reason I want TikTok to go away is because TikTok has made so many people feel that they are famous that aren't. And I'm sorry. It's just like, it creates this like sense of entitlement. Like, I don't know if you've ever met like a TikToker with 50,000 followers like myself that will come up to you and be like, I can't believe the way that they treated me. Like, are you out of your fucking mind?
No.
Like, are you okay? Yeah, I've met these people. I think they mostly exist in New York. Like, New York is like a breathing ground for like the
Did
fashion
you say breathing
influencer.
ground?
Yeah, breeding.
Okay, good.
God
Say
damn it!
Tupperware.
He has his radars up. Ben, you're wrong. Breeding ground for these freaking fashion influencers.
You're resentful.
In New
You
York.
have resentment against me, huh?
No.
Where is this
What do you
coming
mean?
from? Don't go
There's no
soft with your voice.
There's no resentment.
No.
There's
What?
no resentment. There's nothing.
Really, Olivia? What just happened? Are we all seeing this? I mean,
I
There's
think
nothing.
he's preparing himself.
don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining.
There's nothing going on. Nothing at all.
Oh my God! I feel like I'm here with the Maharishi all of a sudden.
These lifestyle
Zen Ben
influencers in New York
Oh, I didn't know I got Zen Ben.
with their 100,000 followers being like, I'm a celebrity. Like, you're not.
Yeah, you're not.
You didn't have to earn it, Josh, on TikTok. You had to earn it everywhere else. Like, regardless of celebrity.
You think that's true?
I do. Maybe it was just like our arc, but like, I did this for like literally a decade. These kids did it for like a May in COVID. Like,
Sure.
And just like have grasped onto that. And it's so great that they've turned 15 seconds into a career, I guess. But like, I don't know. I think that like working hard for it and like having to really try versus just going viral. I just feel like TikTok's virality is just so different from any platform that we've seen.
But it's also like, I don't know. I think it's social media in general. I think it's the way America reacts to things. I was listening to this British comedian the other day, and he's like, you Americans have Haktua.
Yeah, we do.
Which was a girl who became famous for the way in which she would go down on someone, right?
Spit on that thing.
Spit on it, why don't you?
Spit on that thing.
He said in the UK, he's like, we probably, the camera person would have said, oh, darling, we're not going to air that. Like, because of how that's going to change your life. Like,
yeah.
But we in America said, we're going to air that because of how it's going to change your life. Like,
yeah, totally.
Because we grasp onto these things. And so it's a cultural thing too. Like, we love virality. We love a one-hit wonder. We want to throw stones at the one-hit wonder and make them prove themselves that they're ever going to be more than just this one thing.
You're right, but we love them. We love putting them on a pedestal just to tear them down.
100%.
Your 15 minutes are over. We love that. You're so right. God damn it, we're the worst.
Bill Murray has a famous quote of, people want to be rich and famous, but why don't you try being rich first and see if that doesn't solve 90% of your issues?
Yeah. And it's funny, like the only people, it doesn't always. Like you'll see these, I'm not going to like call it like a Jeff Bezos, but like people who are really rich that really want to be famous.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it doesn't solve it. I'd say that for 99% of Americans, being rich would solve it.
It's amazing to see the transformation that Bezos, Zuckerberg, and like shout out to
Zuckerberg
them.
too. Yeah, exactly.
He did the commencement speech at Harvard when they were still allowing Jews there, and he quoted the Misha Berach in his in his commencement speech.
BH. Thank God.
What a Jewish forward podcast.
When you see me in the streets, Good Guys listeners, as non-Jewish as you are, next time I see you, I want you to say BH. Just say BH.
BH. I like that.
Just say BH. That's it. BH.
Maybe we sign off every episode with,
BH.
We will see you next time. BH.
BH. We will see you next time. BH.
Oh my. We will see you next time. Chas v'shalom.
We will see you next time, of course, unless we get run over by a car.
We will see you next time. God willing, tutu.
Oh my God. It all comes back to Haktua.
Haktua. Should we get to some stories?
Yes.
Amazing. I'm excited.
Me too.
Well, the first one is Kim Kardashian gifts pal Tracy Romulus $100,000 Cybertruck for her birthday. Are you effing nuts? No one does a lavish and over-the-top birthday gift like Kim Kardashian. The billionaire TV personality gifted her best friend, Tracy, a $100,000 Tesla Cybertruck. Look outside, Kardashian said to Romulus in a clip shared to Romulus's Instagram story. Are you effing nuts? I think that's cool.
I think it's super cool. Like I watched, we haven't spoken about this and we should speak about it. I watched Dobrik's new vlog just to see you. And he gave away like 15 Teslas or something to all of the Dobrik's employees. So cool. Honestly, there's nothing cooler than giving somebody a car. I would watch somebody give somebody a car every single day if I could.
Yep.
It's so cool. And it's Kim's best friend, and Kim has so much money. The $100,000 is like me getting you a $5 gift card to Starbucks, and that's like so awesome.
But
so
we all know I'm going to get
this.
points with that gift card. And if you didn't know, on the app, a gift card gets double points, 2 for 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you preloading? Are you preloading your Starbucks app with money?
Yes.
Good, 2 stars.
Oh, okay. Okay, I am preloading every time. I'm preloading.
You get a gold star from Joshi for that.
Okay, good. Yes, I'm preloading.
Muscle.
Yeah, I'm all in. I'm all in. That said, I'm all out on the Cybertruck. It's ugly. It's ugly.
It ain't
I don't
it.
like it. I don't like it. Like,
It ain't it.
It ain't it. And like, where are you supposed to? You're telling me that you're going to feel comfortable driving that thing around, stopping to plug it in and not get robbed? It's like, I can't.
Why you
don't
think
know.
just because people immediately know you're wealthy if you're driving
I
it?
think I would at least feel that way driving it. Like, I would never feel comfortable driving a Lamborghini and
Totally.
having to sit for an hour while it get filled. I get it. For the 2 minutes, you got people around you, no problem. But if you've charged these electric cars, you could be by yourself for an hour, if not more, charging these things. And I would just be afraid that somebody would jump me.
It's a statement. It's a statement.
It's a statement.
Well, speaking of, male stripper reveals crazy cheating trend for brides. Every single one. A male stripper has revealed that working in the industry has taught him that women are just as likely to cheat as men. Nate Wild has witnessed Aussie dating cheating culture up close and personal from working numerous bachelorette parties. I was once doing a party where I traveled interstate, and every single one of the girls in the bachelorette party cheated on their partners. It was so crazy, and they all made a pact that they would never talk about it again. Wow.
Whoa. That's fucked up.
He said 1 out of every 10 parties he works at, some kind of cheating occurs.
Wow. Ladies, come on. Come on, ladies. Come on.
You gotta get out of your system. No, I'm kidding.
I think it's an abhorrent. No good. No good. That said, what is this guy doing? Isn't there some kind of client confidentiality? Nothing with a stripper?
Let me ask you, Olivia, do you have any opinions on this?
In my circles, I don't have like really any close friends that have cheated on their partners, so I can't like speak to seeing it in the wild. But I think that's like a really sad realization, but also like everybody can be an asshole, I guess, is my takeaway from that.
Title. I went to the Magic Mike show in Las Vegas. I don't mean to brag, which is like, you know, a Chippendales type Thunder from Down Under type thing. Excellent show. What an experience. And I was there with my wife and my good friend William and Manon, and it was great. It was fun. But these ladies, my God, they were wild. I mean, you go to a male or a strip club for men, a gentleman's club, men are so subdued because men are naturally such animals that they know that the moment they get out of line, like a gigantic bouncer is going to be throwing them out on their face. But that was not the case at Magic Mike.
No. At those things, it is... These ladies are nuts. Nuts.
This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by Insurify. Folks, you have car insurance. That said, getting that car insurance was probably annoying. You went to several different outlets, looked for what you thought was the best, but really, you'll never know. You'll never know if you got ripped off. You'll never know. It's frustrating, right? It's frustrating to shop around until now. Insurify is an insurance comparison site that has dozens of top insurers compete for your business. You heard that right. Driving prices down. Insurify lets you compare real-time quotes from dozens of top insurers, including names you know and trust. The entire Insurify process is handled completely online. That means no annoying phone calls, no ridiculous fees, and no spam. Ever. And get this, with Insurify, you can get insurance coverage in as little as 10 minutes. How's that for lightning fast? Your data is always safe with Insurify too. They'll never sell your information, so you can shop with confidence. With over a decade of experience and an excellent star rating from Trustpilot, it's no wonder why Insurify has thousands of happy customers all over the country. Get to Insurify.com to compare car insurance quotes in real time and start saving today. That's INSURIFY.com. Insurify.com. Average potential savings based on initial quotes received by 183,234 customers seeking insurance through Insurify. Actual savings may vary depending on state of residence, individual circumstances, coverage selections, and insurance provider. Savings results are not guaranteed. This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by EarnIn. Life doesn't happen bi-weekly, so why should payday? The money you earn can be in your hands today with EarnIn. EarnIn is an app that gives you access to your pay as you work, up to $100 per day and up to $750 per pay period. Just download the EarnIn app and verify your paycheck. Then access up to $100 a day as you work and leave an optional tip. Any money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your next paycheck. Folks, if I needed this solution, I absolutely would use EarnIn. How amazing is that? You have to wait typically 2 weeks to get your money, but you need money today. You need money for a special night out, maybe a last minute gift for a loved one, maybe rent, new clothes. Access money today. Why not? It's there on EarnIn. Make EarnIn a part of your financial routine and join EarnIn's over 4 million customers who say things like, when I think about EarnIn, I think about financial stability and security. It gives me a lot of peace of mind. Download EarnIn today, spelled EARNIN, in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the EarnIn app, type in Good Guys under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help the show. Good Guys under podcast. EarnIn is a financial technology company, not a bank. Cash outs are based on your available earnings. Standard cash outs take 1 to 2 business days with no mandatory fees. Option to expedite your transfer for a fee. Tips are voluntary and don't affect the service. See the cash out user agreement for details. Services not available in all states.
I just saw a movie, Josh. Honora.
I think Claudia didn't like it. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
First of all, this was a great production. Okay? You don't need to go to a strip club. You have a strip club right in front of you on TV.
Amazing.
Just saying.
Mikey, the lead, is an incredible actor.
Mikey, was an amazing actress. Amazing. She did such a great job in the role. I only thought the movie was about 20 minutes long, but I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good. Like, I think Claudia also liked it. Like, we had no issues with it at all.
Oh,
I've
good.
watched 2 current movies, Josh. I watched Honora and I watched The Substance. Now, Josh,
With Demi Moore?
This movie is fucked up.
I haven't seen yet. I want to see.
Oh my God. And I'm not like, the way that Olivia doesn't do spicy foods, I don't do spicy viewing. I don't do horror movies. I don't do
Oh, really? I
anything.
love them.
No, I don't like anything that could give me nightmares. I'm just like a nightmare prone, like whatever. I thank God I didn't get nightmares from The Substance. This is a crazy fucking movie. Crazy. All that I will say though, the reason I thought of both of them, lots of tits in both. What's going on here? I feel like there's, in all of the newer movies that I've seen, there's a ton of breasts all over. I never remembered seeing so many breasts. Like they're everywhere.
Yeah, I got 2 words for you, brother. Biden out.
Yeah. No, the breasts are everywhere. They're all over. They're all over.
I got 2 more words for you, brother. Trump in.
Okay, brother.
I got 3 words for you. Boobs are lit.
You have to see The Substance. It's crazy. And for those of you that don't know, it's a just crazy story of an aging actress who is able to inject herself to become young.
Oh, wow.
And does it go terribly wrong. Oh my.
It would be interesting if you're like, and it all worked out.
And she was perfect.
I have been so wonderfully surprised with how good the movies have been. I've watched a couple. I watched A Real Pain, the Jesse Eisenberg movie. You must see it. You'll love it.
Okay.
Him and Kieran Culkin. What a director. What a writer Jesse Eisenberg is.
Why can't I rent it, Josh? Why can't I rent it?
I think
I
you
go on
can.
the TV. No, it was $19.99. No rent option. I had to buy.
Well, in that case, it's as though it when it's at that price point, it's they're saying, okay, we're gonna make it easy for you not to go to the theater, but you're gonna have to pay a theater price. So just buy it.
Okay, Fine, I'll just buy it. It's fine. But that was why yeah, fine. Continue.
Anora, I thought was fabulous. Conclave is my favorite movie. Stanley Tucci, Ray Fiennes, about the. It's about a conclave, which is when the cardinals are sequestered when they have to pick a new pope, which is so interesting because, like, it's basically a hidden process. You don't understand that they're just electing a president. They're electing the president of the Catholic Church, and it's exactly how it is here. Like, one guy's like, I'm going to be more liberal. One guy's, I'm going to be more old school conservative, and them figuring out, like, who are we going to go with?
I think it's just because my brain is broken, but we started Conclave, needed to shut it off because when I hear electing a new pope, I think of Eurotrip, and I shut it off. Like,
why?
You know what I'm talking? Because
I know that
it's
movie.
Like, it's just like the iconic scene where, like, they've elected the new pope, and I'm just thinking the whole time about a comedy movie, and I see Stanley Tucci, and I'm thinking about him cooking, and I couldn't do it.
Really?
I couldn't do it. I know. Maybe I'll give it a chance. I'll go back into like a better mindset. But like I was just thinking of things that did not pertain to the movie as I was watching the first 7 minutes of it.
Oh,
and then we
it's
switched
so
to the
damn
substance.
smart. It's
okay,
so
all right.
well
So we'll give it
done.
another chance. We'll give it another chance.
And then I'm currently watching The Room Next Door with Tilda Swinton and Julianne Moore. Fabulous. And I want to see The Brutalist because Adrian Brody is the man, and I'm down for 3.5 hours Holocaust anything.
Yeah, I also want to see The Brutalist. 3.5 hours got me. I'm not gonna lie. Like I needed to.
Yeah.
I need to be in a real mindset to watch a 3.5 hour movie, but I would love to. It's on my list, and I too have been impressed, and I'm happy that they are making original movies. I feel like there was a time period where nobody was making anything original, and they were just remaking stuff, and pulling from stories. And now I feel like there are a bunch of original movies that are good.
I was thinking about this too, in that and this is why I want you to get a walking pad, because I'm watching all these movies on my iPad. Like, I set up the treadmill, I throw it at night usually, like Paige usually wants to watch something for like an hour, and then we'll get in bed together, or not. And love you, hun. But from 8 to 9, I'll go on the treadmill and I'll watch one of the screeners that I have. And I've been watching these movies, which are my kind of movies. I love them. I'm not a big Marvel, Barbie, Wicked type moviegoer. But I've realized...
I forgot that you get screeners. You're over here telling me to pay $19.99. You didn't pay $19.99 to watch
It's my
the Jesse
business.
Eisenberg. Oh,
Support
please.
my industry.
That's easy for you to say. You wouldn't pay $19.99.
I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes.
You'd wait for it to be rentable.
I want to get to a speak pipe really quick because we got a bunch of good ones.
Oh, good. Okay.
If you want to ask
Hit me.
us, will you tell the people while I look up the speak pipes, where do they go if they want to leave us a message?
Go to speakpipe.com/goodguys, and you can leave us some moron mail. You can leave us a good high if you're really lame. Brevity is key simply because, look, it's awkward. Like, you don't want to hear yourself rambling on with your smoker's cough, okay? Quick and good. And if you have to make something up, no problem. Just make sure it's good. Josh?
Totally agree. Here's one from I don't know.
Josh and Ben, fellow moron here. Love you guys. Let me keep this quick.
Wait, did we already hear this?
Yeah, because she said fellow morons. That's how I knew. And by the way, I just want to reiterate, like, you're the morons. We're not. Like,
Yeah, we're smart.
no, we're all morons. We're just kidding.
Next one from I don't know.
Hey, good guys. I am currently living with my boyfriend, coming up on 4 years of living together. Little backstory, I lived by myself for a year before he moved in with me to the state that I live in. And so obviously I had like my own like electricity account with like the electricity provider, same thing with gas, like everything. So naturally, when we moved into our next couple apartments together, I have continued to just keep the bills in my name and like manage the bills for us. And if any of my friends like heard me say that, I am the most like financially irresponsible person ever, but somehow I've been tasked with this and it's coming up on 4 years now. How do I subtly be like, this is so much pressure, like I get anxiety thinking about paying these bills, like obviously we split them, he Venmos me, but I'm just like not financially responsible enough to be responsible for the bills for the rest of our life. So yeah, any advice on telling him to like man up and take over the bill paying would be great. Thanks.
Put it on auto pay, you gendering nerd.
Totally. It's so easy. But before we get to like the really dumb question, I've noticed, Josh, a lot of people have been leaving us speak pipes saying that their boyfriend or girlfriend has moved from a different state to come live with them.
Yeah.
This seems to be a new phenomena. People are moving. I guess they're meeting. I don't know where they're meeting, that they're then long distance and moving, but a lot of people are moving and moving for somebody else. All I got to say is, I hope you know what you're doing. Moving is big. Changing your state for a lover, that's big time.
A lover.
That's big time.
Yes.
Onto the bill
auto-pay.
Onto the bill pay. Like, what are you, nuts? Put it on auto pay. It's exactly right. Or just say to him, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. You mind just like taking over communications? And he'd say, sure.
And also just don't Venmo your spouse.
That's certainly strange.
No, it's not when you're just dating, but I mean...
They've been living together for 3 years. What do you mean? This is weird. Like, have some type of like joint just for utilities. Or just pick it up and then he picks up everything else.
Right.
Like, I don't know. That's weird to me.
And have you seen... And I think also, if it's been 4 years, you're good at it. Give yourself some credit. You're getting it done.
I was thinking the same thing. She has imposter syndrome. She's stuck in an old version of herself where she couldn't manage these things. You've been doing it.
Yes.
You're a savant.
You're not at Vassar anymore. You're not out, having Greek life at Vassar.
You're not at Vassar anymore.
You grew up.
You've left Vassar in the rear view.
You're not taking medieval poetry at Vassar. You're a grown-up.
No. You've moved on from Vassar. And now you can do this.
I love that Vassar's our new thing. I love it.
This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by ZocDoc. You've been stewing about a health problem, haven't you? You almost resorted to texting your group chat to get your friends' opinions. You're extremely unlikely to find quality medical advice in your group chat, okay? But you can find it from a doctor on ZocDoc. Thousands of medical professionals on ZocDoc are there to help you. They listen like a friend and give you the expert-level care you need. Not your friends, not your wife, not Google, ZocDoc, okay? ZocDoc, folks. Everything is in one place. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctor's appointments who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, and are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun. No more doctor roulette or scouring the internet for questionable reviews. With ZocDoc, you have a trusted guide to connect you to your favorite doctor you haven't met yet. Millions of people use ZocDoc's free app to find and book a doctor in their neighborhood who is patient-reviewed and fits their needs and schedule just right. So folks, head to ZocDoc.com/goodguys and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/goodguys. ZocDoc.com/goodguys. This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by Built Rewards. PSA for anyone who rents. If you haven't heard of Built, you're about to thank me. Earning points on rent is now a reality when you pay your rent through Built. You don't even have to check with your landlord to start earning points that you can use towards flights, hotel stays, fitness classes, and even your next rent payment. Let me break it down for you. There's no cost to join Built. You heard that right. And as a member, you'll earn valuable points on rent and on your everyday spending. I'm telling you, if you're a renter, I'd start taking advantage of Built immediately. Here's the thing. We earn points on groceries, travel, and practically everything else we buy. But we should also be earning points on rent, one of our biggest monthly expenses. Built changed the game by letting renters earn high-value points on rent and around their neighborhood. Built points can be transferred to your favorite hotels and airlines, and even the ones you haven't heard of. There are over 500 airlines and 700,000 hotels and properties around the world you can redeem your Built rewards towards. Points can also be redeemed towards a future rent payment and unique experiences that only Built members can access. So, if you're not earning points on rent, my question is, why not? Start earning points on your rent. Start earning points on rent you're already paying by going to joinbuilt.com/goodguys. That's JOINBILT.com/goodguys. Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent you. Joinbuilt.com/goodguys to start earning points on your rent payments today.
Here's another one.
Hey, good guys. It's Amber from Connecticut, non-Jewish moron here, and I
Nice.
just had a question about brisses. So this was kind of brought up on this host a couple episodes back, and it got me thinking. So how exactly does that work at home? Do you guys have a way to keep everything sterile or to keep the babies comfortable, to get them numb? Or is it just kind of like a wing it type of thing?
It's certainly not a wing it. Let's start there. It's not a wing it. Anybody in the room have scissors? No. I'll give you the skinny. The person who does it is called a moil. Okay? The moil is the person who is trained.
The person who does it is called a pedophile. No. I'm kidding.
The person who does it is called a moil. It's definitely a strange profession. They are trained. They have their scissors.
They have a scalpel. They have a scalpel.
A scalpel, yes. Sorry, scalpel and scissors. I mean, it's the same family.
Scissors sounds like something you have in your junk drawer. Like they have a sterilized medical scalpel.
It's the equivalent of having it done in the hospital, except with the meds are wine. That's the problem. The meds are wine. That part to me, again, BH, having a boy, that part really does scare me. Like, I feel terrible. I did it, though. I'm fine. Josh did it, though. He's fine. It is what it is. Why did we start doing it? Because it's impossible to clean under there. You have to be very careful. Otherwise, somebody's dick probably fell off. And then he told somebody else. And they were like, we got to get rid of this hood. Otherwise, we're going to have problems. And so that's why we do it. And we're steeped in tradition. So once we hear something happens to one person, we all latch on. We all do it. The moil does it. Wine goes in the baby's mouth on like a little, ideally it's a cloth that sucks up some wine so the baby can suck on the wine and not feel pain. But I have been to Brisses, Josh, where they'll put the pacifier in wine and put it into the baby's mouth. I'm thinking to myself, what are you, nuts? Once they suck, it's gone. The pacifier doesn't suck up the wine. It's plastic.
I don't know if the West Coast is different, but my friend Len, when I went to his son's bris, the moil just used sugar water, which, as you know, you're not supposed to give baby sugar within the first year, and especially at 8 days old. That sugar water makes them nice and loopy. So it's just sugar water, gets them nice and loopy. It's usually the father-in-law who's holding it.
Yes.
The
Grandpa.
father-in-law is holding
Grandpa.
the baby. Look, we had the doctor, my wife's OB, do my son's bris and at the hospital, and she was trained by a moil. It's what they do. They do 3 a day. They make money, and sometimes they stay for the party after and eat a little something. Kind of sounds like. Let me tell you, this moil in LA, there's like 3 of them, and they all drive Lexuses. Nice.
They crush. No, they crush.
Loaded.
For sure. Because you're not price sensitive when it comes to surgery on the schmeck of your prints.
Yeah.
There's no price sensitivity. You ask how much it is, they tell you, you say, okay. That's it. Yes.
But I will say now
But the whole thing gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, dude, I'll prepare you.
They're hard.
Because I remember my wife gave birth at like 8:00 at night on a Saturday night. And then Sunday morning, the doctor came and was like, okay, let's go do it. And growing up Jewish my whole life, I didn't have any issue with it. But I remember when the doctor showed up and I picked up my son, I thought, this is fucking barbaric. This is nuts. This is nuts. And she's like, she's like, I know this is hard. I can just take him back. I'm like, no. I'm like, I'll be there. And they don't let you in the procedure room, but you sit right outside of it. And yeah, it's rough. It was rough to see my buddy Len and his son, but
it's hard.
It's hard. It's not necessary anymore. But to your point, we do it out of tradition. And what I will give the Jews is that if you're going to do it, make a ceremony out of it. Like, make it meaningful in some spiritual way.
It's very, very meaningful. Very. Yeah. Like, steeped in tradition. That's what we are. Yes. Steeped. We have another speak pipe.
Next one from I don't know.
Hi, good guys. This is Paige from Texas. Josh, your wife has an amazing name. But it is my first time being pregnant. My husband and I are so excited. But I have a what are you nuts that I think a lot of people can relate to. Anytime I tell somebody I'm pregnant, they ask me how it's going, how I'm feeling. Are we excited? Which I always come back with, we're so excited, we're so happy, we feel so lucky and blessed, etc., etc. And it's like an itch that everyone has to scratch where they instantly tell you how horrible it is to be a parent and to have kids and how it ruins your life and your body and all these things. And I'm just over it. I mean, why do you have to yuck my yum? Grow up. I mean, what? Are you nuts? Like, come on.
You're in the wrong circle. I'm so sorry to say it. Nobody should be yucking your yum, ever, especially when it comes to having children and being pregnant. Like, I can only speak from experience, like, at least in my friends, my family, my community, etc. All that I've not one time have I not heard that having children isn't the best thing you'll ever do. Maybe that's just me, but every single person around me with kids has said that it was the single greatest decision that they ever made, and it is the greatest gift. That's not saying that it's not unbelievably difficult and doesn't absolutely change your life, but you don't need somebody to tell you that. Like, Josh, have you experienced something different?
I couldn't agree with you more. I have experienced what she's talking about. I'm surprised that you haven't.
I haven't.
Oh my gosh, people get off on this fear porn of like totally spooking new parents, which I am not a fan of. I don't agree at all. And I have one piece of unsolicited advice to all parents, and then I have 2 extra pieces of advice to fathers when asked, which is my go-to 3 things, which I will give to you on the pod if you would like to hear them.
Please.
Okay, so my first piece of advice is it's just going to be great. Advice number 1 to a new parent. It's just going to be great. And any minor inconvenience, which will certainly come up, like sleep deprivation, like these things that we know happen, will be so overshadowed by how great it's going to be. Now, father to father. Number 2, I know people are listening, but we're going to have a real moment here. Number 2 is every illness, childhood illness, cold, cough, rash that's typical that all kids go through. When you Google the symptoms, they are also the symptoms for the worst cancers and diseases you have ever seen. They don't have those. They just have a cough. They just have a rash. I know there's all the God forbids, but 99% chance they don't have any of that. So,
yes.
But when you Google, you're going to be confronted with a lot of scary shit. And it's probably just a cough, and they're probably fine.
Yes.
And my third and final piece is if you think your wife isn't going through postpartum, she is. And if you think it's over, it's not. And I say that with love and respect to the Herculean task that women go through in having a baby, and that it will require you to have patience and give your wonderful spouse grace in this moment for maybe longer than you were expecting or think it should take. But I just think it can take, a year or so after the kid's born for everything to kind of find its balance again. And I think it's a good thing to be reminded of, because 9 months after the baby's born, you could be like, I'm pretty sure my wife doesn't like me anymore. And it's not you. It's just a lot. And just have some grace and some patience and care and love.
That was beautiful.
Is that all right? Is that okay for me to say, Olivia?
Mm-hmm.
That was
beautiful.
amazing.
Okay,
that
good.
was beautiful. That was beautiful. So, what are you, nuts?
Yeah, let's do it.
What are you, nuts? People, places, and things, gripes with humanity make you say, what are you, nuts? Ripped jeans in the winter, folks. They're nuts. You're wearing a winter coat. You're wearing a beanie. You're wearing gloves. It's 21 degrees. You're having your knees completely cut out and exposed. It's nuts. It's totally freaking nuts.
It's nuts. And any ripped jeans, if you're over 40, rethink.
Facts.
Unless you're from the Eastern Bloc. I'm talking Yugoslavia. I'm talking Estonia. On TikTok, please, gosh, not RIP TikTok. I hope it's still around. On TikTok, you'll see these lovely spouses making their partners, usually women making for their husbands who have like night jobs or whatever, lunches to take to work. I'm going to make my hubby lunch. And they'll be like, and in their lunch, I've included 2 sandwiches, 3 energy drinks, 2 Gatorades, 2 pretzels, a granola bar, 18 protein bars, and a small bag of gummy worms. What are you, nuts? All of these husbands do not need this much food. It's sick. It looks like a Costco haul. They're giving them like small backpacks like it's his lunch bag. I'm like, honey, it's a duffel. Okay? Get over it. What are you, nuts?
Nuts. Nuts. You know what else is nuts, Josh? If you don't give this podcast 5 stars, that's what's nuts. What are you, nuts? Listen to us on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. Watch us on YouTube. Watch our clips. They're great. They're short. They're fun. They're vivacious. They're fantastic. Okay? Share our clips on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. Share our clips on TikTok if TikTok is still available. And follow us on TikTok if TikTok is still available. Mondays and Thursdays, folks. We will see you next time.